Hello folks, killface and Balor here. I know it's unusual to have a video of just me talking at you, but I did want to just talk at you for a moment. Now, I am still killface, so what I'm glancing at is my coffee. Sorry about that. You've got to watch out, actually, handlebar mustache wax and hot coffee. They don't mix well. The coffee melts the wax, makes the handlebar not want to maintain its shape. Either way, I wanted to talk especially to new players, but just to players in general, about your most valuable asset in Celtic Heroes. And that is a good reputation, a good standing with the players around you. And I know this seems like a philosophical discussion, and in a way it is. But in a way it's not. It's not at all. Today, I had an interesting experience with a player that I didn't get to play a ton with initially during my starting couple of years on Balor, but I came back a couple of times briefly while OTM gave me a temporary fix for my account, and I met Dr. Schmeckel. He's a rogue, I believe 228 at the moment. And he was in Exodus, my initial clan, and was quite helpful. But then again today, now that I'm actually making a bit of a comeback, he sent me a bunch of things to help me. He sent me gold for a purchase I had made that someone just basically traded me something and told me, go ahead and pay them back when I made the gold. And also, he sent me a couple of Aggregoth bracelets. It was an Aggregoth bracelet that I bought initially. I'm going to refilm my Killface Balor build video, or basically do a rebuild video where you can watch me make the build I'm going to use. And that'll be very helpful for that, but I'm sure I'll touch on what those items are more in depth in that video. I'll try to link that later, but no promises. I'm not the greatest of video editors. Anyway, the point is, free stuff, okay? I got a bunch of free stuff coming back. Now, to some of you, that's not a bunch of free stuff, and I know that because really, to me, it's not a bunch of free stuff either. But it's free things that he didn't have to give and that I didn't ask for. And I wanted to talk about the fact that if you don't ask for things in this particular game, you're going to get a lot more things. I know that sounds counterproductive, but if you want free stuff, the first and biggest tip I can give you is never, ever, ever, ever ask for free stuff. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. I helped someone, Nick X originally was his name, when he was low level. Didn't have a lot of things on the server, because that's what I did. I ran around helping people because I found that fun. It's a MMO. Why would you play with so many other people if the goal wasn't to actually interact with said people? I could play Fate if I wanted to do this on my own, and admittedly that's sort of a lame game. But either way, helping people is the point. But I helped him, and later, when he was past my level, because everyone levels faster than me, and past my wealth, because it used to be that everyone was richer than me, not so much anymore, I had the good fortune of having him come by and say, hey, pick a luxury ring, I'll buy it for you. And he said that while we were still doing events. There was an event going on, and I did, and he dropped 500k on a level 100 luxury ring for me. But the reason he did that, or at least the reason he gave, was that I helped him when he was low level. But there's really two reasons. One, yes, I help people as much as I can. But two, I genuinely don't ask for gold, items, or even help that's going to inconvenience people. And by genuinely, I mean I don't expect it. I'm not doing that so that they'll give me free stuff, right? I'm doing that. Sorry, my mustache in my video is driving me crazy. But either way, um, I'm doing that so that we can put letting other people have fun first. We can put the good of the server first. And I'm trying to create a play environment that everyone is happy with, where people are happy to log on and they can't wait to talk and have fun and even go do bosses and the things that we do 100 zillion times. The social interaction is the most important part, and the number one way to ruin the social interaction is to ask for free stuff. I have had millions, literally millions of gold of free stuff given to me. I've had Mage on Epona, a friend of mine, loan me millions and millions of gold in gear. Some of it unasked for, some of it I asked about borrowing and or asked about buying rather, and she let me borrow instead. But I don't ask to borrow things except at times from my brother. We kind of pass gear and gold back and forth. So, people in real life, that's a little different because you're dealing with a real life dynamic. Although do be a little careful because you can still be banned for account sharing and weird things like that. So do try and make sure you're operating within the terms and conditions of the game, and also know that if you're doing something that is technically within the terms and conditions, it can look weird within the game. My brother and I pass gear back and forth all the time, but there is the possibility that someone thinks we're exchanging it for real life money. I mean, if you knew us and can tell we're brothers, it doesn't make any sense for us to exchange things for real life money. We both spend platinum on the game, and we just kind of pass things back and forth as needed. But especially for you newer players, being kind, helpful, courteous, thoughtful, considering whether you're inconveniencing the older players, these kind of things are going to give you the sort of reputation that means people will loan or gift you millions of gold worth of gear. Your reputation will be worth more than any amount of gear that you amass. And the reason is, even if you buy enough platinum that eventually you don't need anyone else's help, you can't buy the level of interaction that lets you attend the bosses you want to attend, do the things that you want to do. The game is built to be social, and buying into that society doesn't actually cost money. It costs time, and it costs an attitude that is never, ever, ever put off by the things that people do. Players are players. There's a real person there, and they have bad days, and some of them are just jerks and morons. I worked security for a while, and one of the things you begin to realize is that, in general, people are jerks and people are idiots. And that extends to me, and it extends to everyone else. And you have to make some exception for that. You have to be okay with that. But I'm mostly here to just tell you over and over and over again, never, ever, ever ask for free stuff, free gold. Don't ask for good deals unless it's someone you know in real life. Sorry, I have no idea why my camera's going out of focus. There we go. But don't put people in the position of having to turn you down, having to tell you, no, I'm not interested in helping you. Let people come to you with help, because they'll come to you with more help than they would ever have given you if you asked them to go out of their way and be inconvenienced and be poor so that you can have fun, right? Don't ever have fun at the expense of other people. That will ruin your greatest asset in the game, which is other people, right? The strongest clans are the ones that get to play the most content, and the strongest clans are the largest, most committed groups of people who will play together well. And if you ask for free things, you don't end up with people who will play with you well. Players who have a lot realize that they could get rid of their a lot of stuff and a lot of work and a lot of money in some cases quite easily just by handing it out to every new player who wants cool new stuff and then quits the game. I'm really sorry for the focus issues. I don't know what that is. Let me try and change There we go. Okay. Anyway, I've yapped at you enough. I just really feel strongly that your greatest resource is so often overlooked, and your greatest resource really is other players. And if you can play kindly and in an uplifting manner, it will help everyone to have a better game, and people will pay you millions of gold for helping them have fun, because that's why they bought the gold in the first place, right? They bought platinum, or they did all kinds of work so that they could have fun. And if you help them have fun, it's going to be fun for them to pay into that. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day, and happy hunting.